when I was just a child, for example, like 15, 16, 17 years old, some of my seniors were telling me, move out, bro, move out, you have to move out when you're 18, this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I was thinking like, man, what the fuck is this all noise about? But as I got a chance to like move out for college, for example, like I'm 19 right now, and I move out. I move out from my parents. I'm not living with my parents. I have my like own room and stuff. Like I'm living in right. So I'm all living alone, or you could say I'm living alone. It completely changed me. Like literally, the advice that you were given from YouTubers, this kind of stuff, like telling you to live alone. Like you have to live alone for once in your life. Like literally, I'm going to tell you this now and why. Also, first thing first, when you just start living alone, you have to manage yourself everything. For example, like cooking, sleeping, this kind of stuff. If you're late for college, the responsibility is on you. If you're late for eating, if you're hungry, this kind of stuff, the responsibility is on you. If you're short on money, like literally, if you're fucking short on money and you're wasting your money on a lot of stuff, for example, like clothes, this kind of stuff, and you're feeling hungry afterwards, and you don't have any money to eat, that's all on you. Like everything that you do is all on you. That's why it makes you fucking responsible. And that kind of responsibility applies on other type of things. For example, like when you're trying to do something, for example, you're responsible for it. When you're leaving your room, you have to lock it up. You have to check your gas stove, this kind of stuff. When you're hungry, you have to cook this kind of thing. You have to manage your own fucking timetable. Like, okay, generally, when I was like living with my parents, I used to have my own personal room and stuff, but the cook, but the food was made, you know. I don't have to do this kind of stuff. I don't have to manage my finances and all. I don't have to worry about money coming in, money coming out. But as I'm outside and as I'm living alone, I have to make a fucking timetable out of it. I have to wake up early in order to cook. I have to then exercise here. Like I have to fucking pull up bar here. I have to exercise in here. Then I have to cook for myself. Then I have to like clean it all up, and then I have to go to college. Then I have to come back again, and then I have to heat it up again, make myself something to eat again, or else I'm just I'll be just hungry. Literally, I will be just hungry. And if on the first day of your like, if you're just moving up and you do a lot of purchases, for example, like unnecessary ones. Let me give you an example. Oh, I just came here and I just wrote these books. Like literally, it cost me like 1,000 or something like that. And trust me, it's stressing me out right now because first of all, I don't have enough money to like complete my protein goals and this kind of stuff. So I have to live with like 50 grams of protein per day. Like literally, I'm lifting right now. I'm running right now. I need more than that. So it's all on me. Like why the fuck did I purchase it? It's all on me. Or you could say eating out your friends. Eating out with your friends will cost a lot. Like literally, it costs a lot. When you're eating out with your friends, you don't know 60 rupees here, 60 rupees there. Like 120 here, there, and then check your backpack. You check your bank balance and like it's like fuck man, I don't have enough money in order to like survive for the whole month, and then you'll ask for your parents this kind of. But if you're trying to save money and you want to buy other type of stuff, you have to manage a lot. So yeah, people saying that you have to live alone once in your life is fucking true, and you have to do it. You have to do it. It will make you responsible. It will help you to control your finances. It will help you to like manage your timetable. And trust me, it could go both ways. One is you know how to manage your stuff, you know how to like be responsible, you know how to manage your finances, this kind of stuff, and you know how the world works. But let's say you're a lazy brat, like you don't know how to cook this kind of stuff, you're just eating out, blah blah blah. You're sleeping in schedule is messed up, cook. You don't exercise, this kind of stuff, you're not focusing on your health, nor you're focusing on your studies, nor you're focusing on like anything. You're going to fucking doom, bro. Like the type of stuff that I've seen like, in here is all crazy. Like one of my friends was, like he was a healthy guy. He was a healthy guy, athletic guy. He was smart, this kind of stuff. But after he moved out, and then he didn't started, like doing stuff like meal prepping, this kind of stuff. Of course, it was done all by his parents. He didn't know how to prep his own meals. He didn't know how to manage his own finances. Cause like you're just how do you say that? Your parents are helping you to manage your finances, this kind of stuff when you're at home. But when you at something like this, and when you have your own room, you have to manage it all that. So he wasn't able to manage that as well. And then like bro, 3,000 went like 3,000 like poo, and then he was starving for like 7 days or something like that. So his athleticism, his looks, this kind of stuff, all fade away. And he was smart as well. But after he moved out, he doesn't have a fucking schedule for himself. So he was sleeping late, he wasn't focusing on the stuff, and he was busy doing other activities for it, which were unnecessary. He wasn't working on something, he was just playing games, this kind of stuff, which was unnecessary. That's why he lost his focus as well, and then he was becoming dumber, he was becoming unhealthy, and his looks fade away. So it could go both ways. It could go good way, it could go bad way. That's all up to you now, and you have to be fucking responsible for it as well, because when you're in a personal room and when you have your own stuff to do, everything is on you.